Recording your first YouTube video feels scary, but it doesn't have to be. Most beginners freeze even before they press record, while most watch tutorials, check their lighting, but at the end of the day, nothing gets filmed. So if you are overthinking setup, worried about lighting or camera quality, fear looking awkward on camera, or not knowing where to start, so I want you to relax while I reveal to you my simple YouTube recording process that is going to help you. And without wasting any time, let's get into this video. Now I am going to reveal to you 4 steps you are going to follow in order to record your first YouTube video. And the first step is setting up your space. Now, the first challenge that most beginning YouTubers have when it comes to setting up their space is their background. Most of them think that they have to go to a neat or a plush background in order to record their videos. But I want you to understand that your background does not matter at all when it comes to YouTube videos, because what matters most is the message you are trying to convey. People are more interested in your message. They are more interested in what they are going to learn from your video when they are watching it. And for that reason, none of them will have that time to be looking at the type of background that you are sitting down to record. And for that reason, your background, I want you to understand, does not play any role when you are trying to set up your space to record your video. The only challenge you are going to have about the background is if it is dark, and that is much of the reason why, if you do not have a good lighting, you have to move away to where there is natural light, that is sunlight. And when you move to where there is sunlight, you also need to avoid places that are shade, that if you are trying to record, the sunlight will not be clearer for you. But this does not mean that you should be sitting down under the sunlight to record. No, just go outside, find way to position your camera where there will be no reflection of the sunlight in the background, and where your face or your image will be clearer when you are recording. Another challenge beginning YouTubers also have when it comes to setting up their place is a quiet environment. Now, most of us are recording directly from our homes where we have our wives and our children around. And I want you to understand that when you are trying to record when your wife or your children are around, you are going to be distracted. They might walk into the video, they might bring one distraction or another, and then if you are not able to control your anger, you might end up getting annoyed and stop recording. So for that reason, you must always look for when you have a quiet time. It could be when they are out to work or to school. Personally, I record my videos when my family is out. My wife has gone to work and my children have gone to school, especially now that I have a small boy, 2 years old. My third son is 2 years old. I avoid recording my video when he is around. Or even when he is around, when I want to record, I will ensure that I put him to sleep before I come to sit down to do my recording. So with this, you need to understand the time you should schedule for yourself that will be favorable for you. Everywhere is going to be quiet, and it will enable you to have a quiet environment for your recording. Most times you can record at night when everybody else has gone to bed and everywhere is quiet. The only challenge you are going to have at night is if you do not have a good lighting. But if you have a good lighting, always use the night to do your recording if you are living in a very busy environment. And now this takes us to the second point: prep yourself. Now, if you are a beginning YouTuber, it is very wrong for you to just wake up and attempt to record your video. Even if you have all the idea naturally, you know the subject at heart, you know everything from beginning to end, do not attempt sitting down to record anytime you want or you like. You must ensure that you prep yourself. How do you do this? coordinate yourself on how you are going to speak before the camera. Number 2, always have your bullet points ready. You don't necessarily need to have a full script that you will be memorizing or quoting when you are sitting down to teach, because teaching is a spirit, it is a talent, it is a gift. And if you are a teacher, once you sit down and pick your point, you will know how to expatiate it, how to explain it, so that those who are trying to learn from you will understand. And so with the spirit of a teacher in you, all you have to do is have your bullet points ready. You can jot them down in a piece of paper or write it down in your notebook, so that you will understand or pick the points one after another to expatiate. Because if you will attempt to record your video when you do not prep yourself, you will be jumping from one point to another, and you might even end up mixing up things in a way that your viewers will find it very difficult to understand or easily understand the message you are trying to convey to them. And most importantly, I want you to understand that your first videos are going to be practice. So do not aim much for perfection. All you have to do is just prep yourself, sit down, start recording, and in due course you will be adjusting or learning as you grow. Now the third step is for you to press record. Now, one thing I want you to understand when it comes to pressing record is that when you sit down to record your YouTube videos, do not want to start speaking from the beginning to the end. What you have to do is learn how to record and pause. Now, for instance, when you are picking the points one after another, after you finish a particular point, make sure you pause your video, rehearse the next point before you press record again and get down to explaining the next point. Another thing also is that while you are trying to explain the points, you are definitely going to make mistakes. Nobody is perfect, and when you are making the mistakes, sometimes you might get lost, and what you should do immediately that happens is for you to pause your video. Do not necessarily stop it, just pause it, and once you gather yourself, you then press record again. And very, very important, do not aim for perfection while you are recording. Do not want to be 100%. Most times your mistakes is what people are going to learn from. And you understand that after recording, you are going to do post-production, that is edit. So you have all the time in the world to cut out those things that you do not want in your video. So don't make it an habit of, if you make one mistake, you stop the video and then you start all over again. Let the mistakes be there, continue to flow, and once you are done, you will remove the things that you do not want in during you are editing. So do not waste time. If you are a beginner, just press record and get started with your first video. Now the third point is to do a quick review after you are recording. Now most beginning YouTubers make the mistake of, once they finish recording their video, they just save it in their files and then walk away. You don't have to do that, because during editing you might discover something you missed out in the video or something you should have added in the video. So all you have to do is just take a bit of time to do a quick review. That is to say, watch your video from beginning to the end and see if you have delivered all the points you had to record. Another thing you have to do is to take notes for your next recording. See or look on the challenges you had while you were recording and note them, so that you can make improvements when next you are going to record. Another thing also is, while after the review, you will be going down to doing your editing, and all I want you to understand while editing is do not over edit. And now the last but not the least point, which is the bonus point, is re-record if you have to. Now, even if you don't have to be perfect while you are starting out as a YouTuber, you also need to understand that if your mistakes or errors are too visible, it is going to affect your career while coming up. So for that reason, if you watch your videos and discover that there are too much mistakes in it, there are too many errors in that video, just wipe it off and then record again. You can sit down to watch that video multiple times and then spot out those mistakes and the ways you are going to record them, jot them down, and then wipe the old video and start the recording afresh. So that even if, as I said earlier, you are not aiming for perfection, you will come up with something that is near perfect. Do not come up with something that is too flawed, something that when people start watching your videos, they easily spot the mistakes or the errors and then stop or skip your video. Finally, I want you to understand that recording your YouTube videos is going to be very simple if you have a process. And in this video, I have been able to reveal to you my own process for recording YouTube videos, which are to set up your space, prep yourself, hit your recording button, overview your video after recording, and lastly, if your video is not okay, if there are too many errors or mistakes in it, delete it and re-record again. Now, if this video has helped you to understand the process of recording your first YouTube video, please subscribe so that together we can learn how to build YouTube the real and easy way.